Here I am live, and that is no job. Heck, think I might even be a little bit before 5 today. Right? Well, let's see. Waiting on some people to come on into the house. And then we will start the last episode of 2022 of Break On Through. There is my main Callie Hellstrom from way out down in Exeter Town. There's Integer Clinton. There's Adam Wolf, a.k.a. Katie After Dark, a.k.a. the Dean of Sods. He is with us today live while he drives down that open road. Little break on through brew. Am I too close? Am I too far? You have got to tell me something. What y'all like? A lot of background? Yeah, there's just some background there, Hoss. See that picture I painted with little Coleman for Christmas? That is our handprints that make the beards on the little Christmas gnomes. Yep, we're gonna do that every year. Not just at Christmas. We'll do it next year. Maybe at Thanksgiving we'll do some hand turkeys. Until he gets old enough to say, you know what, you old geezer, I don't like doing this kind of stuff. I'm a man and I'm hard, man. I ain't got time for this kind of arts and crafts. Then we'll stop doing it. But until then, me and the little fella will be doing art together. Can you dig it? Straighten out my beard here. Did everybody have a nice Christmas? We sure had a nice one here at Clayton Manor. Not as big as they have been at times, but very nice. Without going into too much detail, you trim away the unnecessary and the ungrateful. Smaller Christmases are sometimes better. My main injure says the kids got spoiled. Well, man, that's good. Is what it's all about. The little guy, little Coleman, got him a sliding board. Man, he loves that thing. It's a little inside plastic sliding board, and it is hilarious to watch him on it. Of course, Duke Power doing their rolling blackouts, making us go without power so that we don't go without power. Started the whole day off in a really crappy mood. We appreciate that Duke Power. Maybe a little notice. They probably figured, they can't handle it. Just cut the power. They'll deal with it. I got a card in my P.O. box today. And I just saw the man that sent me this. He's here with us right now. He goes by the name Dylan Hiram Thompson on here. And I say, if you're using an alias, I'm just going to go ahead and use your alias because I figure you're doing it for a reason. So, Dylan, you sent me a card saying you really enjoy Break On Through. Well, man, I enjoy hearing from you. I get thousands of cards and letters every week. But this one really stuck out, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Dylan. Got this one, too, from my main Mike Cook. Look at that good shite. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't lie to you. I got something else good in the mail today from my main man, Dave Prino. Have y'all ever heard of that band? Now, I know that y'all are just tuning in for the first time. Go, who the hell is OKT? And it's TKO. It's backwards because I need to see myself. TKO. Man, I don't know much about this record. This is their second record. Their original first one, debut, was called Let It Roll. And all I can think to tell you, what does TKO sound like? Well, I'm getting ready to give you a description. I think they sound like Who by Numbers, period, Who. So if you ever see Let It Roll by TKO, pick that up. You pick it up because old JC told you it was a good record. Now, this one I don't know about. The second record, it's on Combat. So it was in the 80s, 84. The other one was like 78 or 9. First time I ever saw them, they were opening for Cheap Trick. Touring for the American release of Budokan, I guess, and Dream Police was going to come out. It wasn't out yet. But I don't know, the guys look rather 80s hair metal on this one. They did not on the first LP. I'm not a big fan of the 80s hair metal stuff. I don't like it at all, but really. I'm sure there's some shining moments in there somewhere. And I saw Poison perform in their heyday, and I could not deny that they were really good live. But I'm not going to get into a hair metal debate today. Oh, hell. I had something to show you. And, of course, while I'm live on the air, I left it over there. So I'm going to run over there and get it. Let me prop you up so you can look at some good stuff while I'm gone. Here, I'll put these stickers under this thing. And you can look up at the innards of the Break On Through Studios, and I'll be back in a second. See? Exactly 1 second. And I'm back. Look what I got in stock. I got them in right now, ready to ship. You order one after Break On Through tonight or before the crack of dawn, I'll be packing it up and getting it in the mail to you tomorrow. But it's the artwork that I did back in 1987 for our old pal GG Allen. And I finally took a damn shot at making my own t-shirts via Aardvark Screen Printing, my brother. And here they are. Look at that good shite. And I even redrew the missing hand. If you've got any version other than this one that I just got these shirts day before Christmas Eve. I just got them. So if your right hand on your GG is not the one that I got printed a week ago, then I didn't do it. I always cut my art always cut off right there, and but now I have fixed it. It's beautiful. You need it. You want it. It's available now at our Big Cartel store, or just go to ANTiSEEN.com and click merch. I hate that word. Andrew, what do you mean you never knew how much of that art? Man, I did it all, so I did every bit of it. Of that particular drawing I did. Yep. Well, man, this is the last Break On Through of 22. So what are we going to do? We're going to break on through, of course. I'm going to break on through with I got 2 top 10s for you today. Both music related, both from the great country of England. Each one, what I think is a pretty popular representation of each decade that they represent. Which is not to say both bands are still performing to this day. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do a top 10. How about that? Hell, it's 10 after 5. You'll never guess who it is. You sit there and get, man, Jeff Clayton, I bet it's going to be. No, it ain't going to be. You don't know. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you right now. You guessed Motorhead and you guessed wrong. I've already done Motorhead. England, 1980s. Punk rock. Who do you think of when I say England? And don't get technical with me. Oh, no. The lead singer, he's from Scotland there, boy. You got to tell me. No. They're considered an English punk band because they had a song, UK 82, and Nikki Shelton is correct. It is The Exploited. I'm going to give you a top 10 of The Exploited. My top 10. Now, I know all you some bitches, when I get done with the Saint talking about stuff, you say something like, damn, shut up, boomer. I don't mind. Hey, old man, give it to me. Man, you're old fashioned. You don't know. Yep. You're old school, man. You don't know nothing about it. Yep. And I'm going to tell you what, The Exploited, we played with them several times. We played with them while they were touring for the Horror Epics LP. And we toured with them, I don't know, it must have been 12, 13 years ago. Man, I've always enjoyed them. They're a great live band. But you're going to notice, like with everything else, and I do top 10s of, my top 10 concentrates on one period, which was near and dear to me. Now, here's the part. Man, I guarantee you after I say this, the number's going to drop. Man, I ain't listening to this old boomer talk about it. I'm going to tell you, I didn't listen to them much past Let's Start a War in the Horror Epics. Because it got way too metal for my taste. Now, you say, well, damn, you just don't like metal. I like some metal. I don't consider myself a metal head. But I do like some. But when it comes to The Exploited, I like when The Exploited played punk rock. Pure punk rock. And people keep saying, let's start a war. Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you something. And when I say this is when the people are going to start bailing. I don't like any of those damn UK punk rock band songs that were running down Margaret Thatcher. Why? Because I like Margaret Thatcher better than I liked any of those bands. And still do. You don't like it? Get on down the road, bud. Get on down the road, bud. My top 10 of The Exploited. And like Black Flag, which I did, last week? or a week before. I don't agree with all the subject matter. But see, I'm one of those guys, I can listen to subject matter that I don't really approve of or agree with and appreciate it for what it is, knowing that they are they're very dedicated to their convictions. I can appreciate that. Number 10, free flight. About the Iran hostage situation. I'll tell you what. Look, I'll mention that in a minute, integer. Number 9. Son of a copper. Now you're noticing already. Well, damn, Jeff Clayton, what, everything you like off Punk's Not Dead? Most of it. Some off Troops of Tomorrow. And a bunch of the singles before they had the LP. Number 8, one of those singles, which is also on the LP, the first LP. Army Life. Army Life is killing me. Number 7. I don't even know how you're supposed to say this. YOP. Or YOP, Youth Opportunities. Okay. I like the song, though. 6, crashed out of my head. Crashed out, whatever he says after that. Number 5, SPG. SPG, violence, destruction, man, ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. You know why I don't like Barmy Army? Because it takes too damn long to spell exploited. I ain't got time for that. Number 4 on my exploited top 10. And to be honest with you, these 4 here can all be tied for number 1 because I love these damn songs, man. Dead Cities. Number 3, Dogs of War. Number 2, Cop Cars. Now, I've explained my stance on the anti-cop rhetoric, and I don't jump on that bandwagon, but I sure as hell, especially in the last few years, I've come to understand it, but and sympathize. But what we played with them at somewhere in Eindhoven, Holland, some big festival, and Exploited were playing the same festival, and our drummer at the time, Phil Keller, he knows Waddy pretty good. And I had met Waddy years ago. I don't think he remembered me from back then, but it sure acted like it did. And we were sitting in the dressing room. We shared dressing room. And they're one of them bands that make a set list up before they go out. They were making a set list, and I kind of injected, you guys gonna play Cop Cars? So he goes, Cop Cars. And they write Cop Cars down. And then when they go on the show, in front of, 7,000 to 8,000 people, he's like, he dedicated the song to me. This is to the lead singer of ANTiSEEN, Cop Cars. I was honored. The reason I'm even doing an exploited top 10 was because Waddy had him a close call a week or so ago. Now doctors ordering him to rest. They're canceling their shows for January, and I was, of course, the video is posted all over social media, but I saw it, and I wish I didn't, because I'm gonna tell you, I know there's plenty of bad mofos on social media and on their phones and on their computers at home, making fun and giving comments they would not dare say to his face. But I saw it, and it was kind of scary to me, because that's close to home, man. We're on that same park. It's happened to any of us at any time. I did not appreciate seeing it. My number one favorite exploited song. Now some of you are going to go, damn, Jeff Clayton, you say you didn't like the damn metal that exploded. Well, the first time I heard this song was off one of those Oi comps. Oi, Oi, Your Lot, Oi, the movie, or what, I don't know which one it was. But later, it was re-recorded with more of a metal flair on Troops of Tomorrow, but I still loved it. I loved that song, and when we opened for them when they were touring for Horror Epics, they played it on the show, and they played it at Soundcheck, and man, I was like, yeah. Daily News. Daily News is my favorite Exploited song. I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm going to tell y'all this, and this is honest truth. Nothing bad against the Exploited. I'd go the rest of my life without hearing sex and violence. I'm just being honest with you. Trying to see if I got anything else to show y'all before I go into my next top 10 of my next English band. But I did get a great idea for next week's top 10. Amy Lynn says, number one is tied for Alternative and Drive Me Insane by The Exploited. Two good songs. But next week, man, I got a top 10, and I know if y'all didn't want to say, damn, you need to shut up, boomer, today, you're definitely going to be saying it next week if you tune in. Because next week's top 10 is going to be social media pet peeves. If nothing else, it's going to be damn interesting listening. So I know most of you probably say, well, damn, Jeff Clayton, the reason you don't like this, that, and the others because you don't understand, you don't know what to do with it, boy. That might be true. That might be the case. But it's going to go on my chopping block next week right here. ANTiSEEN Facebook page, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Break On Through. I've got a week to think about this now. I'll tell you what, I can probably get about 7 of them, like, if I was writing the list right now. But I'm going to... I made a post last night about who's the son of a bitch that sits around and decides which of the comments on my post is relevant. Relevant to who? Relevant to what? I mean, the way I see it, if I make a post, look. Now, I know when you make a post on social media, you're opening yourself up to opposition. And you know, it comes a lot. I don't care. But telling me, oh, well, we have decided that these are the most relevant. Relevant to what? You don't know what's going on in my mind. Because if you did, your algorithm would pick up, you got to tell me something. You're right, Marvin. It probably needs to be a top 100. Oh, yeah, here's got something. Everyone that ordered the Blowfly tour shirts, they are on their way out right now. Look at that. That came out really good, didn't it? Damn, Jeff Clayton, I need one of those. Damn, well, you didn't order them on pre-order, so you ain't getting one. Unless I got some leftovers, which I don't think I do, man. I think I've sent everything out. I'm pretty sure. Oh, well. It's time for another top 10. Another band from merry old England. Where the Exploited, when you think 80s punk rock, you think of the Exploited, along with some others. What if I say English 70s hard rock? Who do you think of? Go ahead and throw some names out there. Let me see if anybody gets it. Let's throw enough stones at this target and see if one of them hits it. Damn, Amy. Amy took one rock, threw it, and hit it in the bullseye. Good shot, Amy. It's about Slade. Slade. Hell, let's make this official. Come on, everybody, get down, get with it. Come on, everybody, get down, get with it. Got to take off the old wedding ring. Man, I should have wrote this backwards so y'all could see it. I like the way that looks. I might get that actually tattooed on me. I might even get it tattooed on me backwards because I like the way it looks so good. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Slade. As you probably guessed, my number 10. No, that's not my number 10. My number 10 is. Yeah, it is. Man, I can't even read my own writing around here. My number 10 is Get Down, Get With It. Come on, everybody, get down, get with it. Number 9, and now y'all gonna go, damn, Jeff Clayton, you're going against your damn thing, man. You usually stay in with one period of the, you're going into 80s Slade there, boy. But you know what? I don't care because I love these two songs because we heard these two songs. You know, you kind of think, you know, Slade had come out, Slade Alive, Slade in Flame, Sladeist, all that stuff. And then you kind of don't hear from them for a while. I mean, they're still around. They're still around now. But all of a sudden, in the 80s, they had one record that spawned 2 pretty damn big hits. And they're pretty big hits because they're good songs. And my number 9 and number 8 represents those 2 songs. Man, I was so glad to hear Slade back. And they were still good. And my number 9 is Run, Run Away. Run, Run Away. And number 8, Slade kind of getting on the serious side of there with My Oh My. I love those songs. I love them. Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply was what it was called in the United States. It was called something else in the UK, I think. Number 7. How Does It Feel? Amy, which song are you talking about? You talking about Run, Run Away? That video was really good. Number 6, one that probably anybody who likes Slade at all, one of the two. And I don't like Quiet Riot's version. I do like the Runaways version of Mama, We're All Crazy Now. And I'll go ahead and break this to you right now. Come On Feel the Noise ain't in my top 10. Number 5, Take Me Back Home. Man, I like the way they misspelled stuff. Or not misspelled it, but spelled it different. Number 4, from the Slade Alive record, their version of Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild. I mean, it's 8 minutes long, but I'm telling you, man, it is a kick-ass version. Why they decided to do that, it seems kind of not very Slade-esque, but at the same time, they do it, and it sounds like it belongs to them, you know? Love it. Number 3, Let the Good Times Roll / Feel So Fine. That's off the Slade LP. As my number 1 is too. My number 1 is also, Number 2, a little bit, a more Slade kind of hitting that serious note. When they kind of went mellow, they hit that serious note a little bit, but this song is great. Far, Far Away. Not Run, Run Away. Far, Far Away. Man, I guess what year did Slade, SLAYED, come out? 71? 72? I just remember being a kid, man, and, you know, we lived on Air Force bases. So Mom, you know, when she was getting groceries, we'd go to the commissary, and then she'd always have to swing by the PX. And there was one place you could put me where I wouldn't be in your damn hair the whole time. Put me at the records. And if they're not close, show me where the magazines are. And that way, I'm looking at rock and roll. I'm looking at monster movies. I'm looking at record covers, you know. And man, I just always used to see that record cover with all 4 of them on the front doing that good gimmick. And I just thought that was man, they're one of the coolest looking bands ever. Well, my number 1 comes off that record. I still proclaim it as one of the best record covers ever. And we're talking about great record covers with had the bands on the front, such as the Ramones. My number 1, Goodbye to Jane. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of funny ANTiSEEN trivia. Man, I used to, on some of our early road trips. When I say early, man, we didn't have a van. We didn't have a truck. We had Joe's Datsun. Oh, well, we didn't have a truck. Bill Cates would drive the pickup truck, and Joe would drive the Datsun. And I'd be in there with him, and Bill and Brad would be in the truck, and we'd be going, you know, they have all the equipment. We just hope like hell it didn't rain. But, man, I used to sing Goodbye to Jane, but I I would sing it at Joe, playing like I was doing air guitar and go, goodbye to Joe, goodbye to Joe. And whenever he was getting, when I was really getting on his nerves real good, I'd go, my name is Joe Young, Joe Young. Man, he was ready to kill me. Man, damn man, Jeff Clayton, why don't you ride with damn Bill Cates in the truck? Let me ride with Brad Keeter. He won't say nothing the whole time. It was because they were the two pot smokers in the band, and me and Joe were, we didn't do anything back then except sing SLADE songs. And he used to try to get me, well, he'd try. Ham that I am, I did it. Just all you had to do is suggest it. Hey, Clayton, man, sing some Bruce Springsteen songs in Jim Dandy's voice. So I would entertain him with that until I switched back to, my name is Joe Young, Joe Young. Well, there, that's a little lighthearted ANTiSEEN trivia. Nothing deep or heavy. I just like the laughs. I worked a little bit on the set list for the 40-year anniversary show, September 30th, 2023 at Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now, for you people that live far, far away, like the SLADE song says, I'll be posting that information soon and giving you that hotel info so you can go ahead and get your room booked. Because it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out rock and roll party in Ground Zero. Who's opening? Let me ask you something. Does it matter? Does it matter who's opening? Oh, because like if you don't like the opener, you're not going to come see our 40-year anniversary show? What if there's no opener? What if we plan on playing for 4 hours? Just to see if humans can even take listening to ANTiSEEN for 4 hours. What if that's what we decide to do? What if we decide to conduct our own social experiment? How much ANTiSEEN can the human brain take in at one sitting? What if that's what we're going to do? I ain't going to go see them some bitches. Okay, well, don't you worry. We got opening groups. And they are going to be fantastic. Can you dig it? Ken McGill? I do not know when tickets will be on sale. I will talk to Mick Minchow at Ground Zero, and then I will find out when tickets will go on sale. But believe me, as soon as I know, all of you will know. What do y'all think about me getting a SLADE tattoo? I kind of like that. Hey, Will, are you there? If I get one, will you get one? You can do SLADE and make your E on your thumb, and I'll do S on the thumb. What do you think? We put our thumbs together and do like this, and then we got SLADE forward and backwards. What do you think? Well, I will say this, okay? We're about to step into 2023. And man, I think for Break On Through, this is, what are we looking at? 3 years now? Are we looking at 3 years of Break On Through? We're starting year number 3. Is that what's going on? Somebody who's better at math than me and knows when I started, figure this out for me right quick. How many years have we been doing Break On Through? You know I'm going to say, you got to tell me something. But it also begins year number 40 for ANTiSEEN. 40. And no, you don't have to wait until September 30th to see us. We are going to be hitting areas that we have not in several years this year. We will play the southeastern United States for the last time in 2023 in April until September 30th. So don't think, well, damn, I can just see them in April. And I didn't know. It ain't going to be the same. I promise you that. It is not going to be the same. But you're not going to be able to see us in Charlotte or Ground Zero or Wilmington or after April. April is the cutoff. No, Tink Tink, I don't think we'll be playing Troutman. But you never know. Is there a place in Troutman to play? Will they meet our guarantee? Because I'll tell you this, one thing I did learn in 40 years of playing in this one trick pony show, we had way better times in the small towns than the big cities. Now, we had some good times in some big cities like Austin, Philadelphia. Both of those cities used to be like homes away from home for old ANTiSEEN for years. I don't know what it's like now. But here lately, San Antonio is like home away from home. So, it's going to happen. And you know, as soon as I have anything to tell, I will tell it right here. And on the Facebook page and on my Facebook page. Well, man, I've heard two people mention Troutman. But I tell you what, get us booked in Troutman. Private message me, tell me where we're playing in Troutman. Tell me how many stacks of money I'm getting. And I will bring the ANTiSEEN One Trick Pony Show and Dance Review to Troutman, North Carolina. But it's got to be before April. April's the cutoff. Southeastern United States, not past April. I want to say this. However many years we've been doing Break On Through, I just want to say that, as always, I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate those out on the West Coast that are working class, that are watching this later tonight. They didn't get to see it live because they was out earning a living. I appreciate everybody overseas that's watching this late at night, or maybe get up first thing in the morning and play them a little Break On Through while they're eating some hard bread and butter. No matter where you are, no matter how many shows you catch, if you only catch occasional ones, man, I appreciate every person that stops in and listens to me jaw a while. And I want all of you to have a wonderful and prosperous 2023. And if you like to hit that bottle on New Year's Eve, I'll just ask that all of you be careful. Not only for yourselves, but think of the rest of your family. Think of the other people out there on the street. Just be careful. Take care of yourself. We are going to take it to the limit in 23, says OJC. I want to meet you back here next Tuesday. 2023. What are we going to do? Well, we're just going to continue on to break on through. Happy New Year, everybody. Take care.